Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017, and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this bull cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of falling wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it, and it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis, it's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this full cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
All right, so welcome back, traders. Happy Memorial Day weekend to all those in the States here celebrating that. That is tomorrow, if you guys aren't aware. All right, so we're taking a look here at Tether, and we're taking a look here at Bitcoin and what it's doing. And I feel like there's been a lot of chop around here these last couple days. So let's kind of dive in to see what's really happening here. Obviously, we had some price action last week with the ETH ETF getting approved. Pretty solid news for the market. So what's happening with Bitcoin here? We obviously, we touched into, 71.8K looks like, and we have a bit of a wick on this candle. All right. I will say that the weekly stochastics are about to confirm and tick up here on the weekly chart, but I don't like how we got stopped up around the 70K region. We could be, looking at some sideways action here. Maybe some more consolidating, maybe retest the, the $66,000 level again here. We might even sweep the lows one more time before really going a lot higher. A lot of that is still up for debate, any of the cards. We are extremely overbought on the weekly time frame. Our monthly here is also, overbought, sitting at 75. I think ETH is really the story right now with the ETH ETF getting approved. Yeah, so I think we need to be looking at the ETH Bitcoin ratio right now. I feel like that's kind of where we're at this cycle. The monthly candle putting in a candle right now. We aren't closed on the weekly time frame yet, or monthly time frame yet, but that is a clear bullish engulfing candle here about to be printed here for ETH BTC. With a monthly stochastic ticking up here, crossing up here, we're in a squeeze. We could start to see Ethereum outpace Bitcoin here. That is what this chart is implying. Which typically, ETH does lead the altcoin rallies, right? Historically speaking, and so that's something we're definitely watching out for. We're watching the dollar here. The dollar did break down on Friday. Putting in a bearish engulfing candle on the daily, and the weekly time frame, kind of a back test candle. I'd like to see the dollar really start to break these levels of support, because right now it's just sideways, action, and it's really tough to be trading these movements with no real volatility. Like it's a bit interesting, that's for sure. I'm kind of just in a holding pattern myself, kind of just waiting to see what happens at these levels, these movements. But it is clear that ETH Bitcoin could be changing its trend here. All right, if we get a closure above this region, that is quite a candle here being put in here for ETH Bitcoin, and that is going to confirm here in 3 minutes. So that right there is a reclaim of range. And we looked at the higher time frames. The higher time frames look excellent on ETH Bitcoin. I think we're going to see fireworks here with ETH here shortly. We might see a bit of a drawdown first. Like I said, we might see 3,500 again for ETH over the next couple weeks, month, maybe, if we don't just start breaking out right now, which it's tough to say. Like the smaller time frames here on the 4 hour here for Tether, don't exactly look like they're pointing down. They actually look like we might see this cross up here on the 4 hour for some more downside potentially. I am in a little bit of a scalp long right now on Solana down here, but that is mostly because I'm trading the 4 hour time frame, and the 4 hour here is in a demand zone, and we could get a little bit of a movement up potentially. And yeah, I mean, I'm strategizing a stop loss here below 161 for this trade. I did just post this in the Discord. If you guys are part of the alert service, you guys know that. I mean, look, man, we're oversold on the 4 hour. It would make some sense for this to bounce up. How big of a bounce we get? I mean, it would make sense for us to have some sort of mean reversion back to 173, even if we don't, go higher and we get rejected here and then we go lower, right? Type of thing. But it does look like we're going to see some movements up here in the short term, especially if Tether here is making a range high top on the 15-minute time frame, which that's what it looks like. And so we're going to see if this actually plays out, or this is just a fake out move, which very well could be, as we can see Tether now trying to put in a higher low down here on the 1 minute time frame. All right, so we're about a 1 minute from the weekly candle close, and like I said before, Bitcoin getting rejected towards the top of its range there. Not necessarily the best look, but I mean we're fine in terms of technicals. We're above some key support regions. It is still technically a bullish engulfing candle. We do have this short signal that's still in on the weekly time frame on regular candles, but on HA candles it's not. So I'm not really acknowledging that. Our daily looks like it's just going to maybe consolidate and go sideways here, like I said before maybe eventually breaking the range. That's basically it. Like, I think just some consolidation, maybe even a retest to the bottom of the range to confirm that this is the low, and then maybe we get a break. It just all depends on how the dollar does and what the dollar is going to do. All right, so we got a new weekly candle in. ETH Bitcoin is a massive bullish engulfing candle above key regions here. We haven't been above this level, really, like formally above this level, since February. All right, so that is a big development there for ETH Bitcoin. All right. And it does look like we're starting to get a push here on Solana, so that's good for our trade. And our 15-minute is long here with a holding of this support region around 162. And if you do look, I mean, like I said, I'm looking at a 4 hour time scale, which could mean the next few hours we get this movement. It is implying a move up, right? With the 4 hour ticked up here and the RSI down here at 32. So I think it's a low risk type of area to take a trade off a 4 hour demand zone. We did come up to tag, 185s, and we did just print a weekly long signal here on Solana. So the higher time frames here for Solana look pretty good. This bullish engulfing candle is still active. At some point, we're probably going to go up to test the top of this range. We've yet to do that. So I think once we do start testing 200, there's no reason why we don't see the 250s pretty quickly. And there we go on Solana, making a nice push here out the gate off the open. That was kind of the intention of this trade, was to try to catch some of this action at the open here. And hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. We have 16 people on the live stream tonight. That is a beautiful thing. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys, post some feedback, some comments. Let me know what you guys, what's happening. All right, yeah, we'll take a look at Chainlink. We're going to look at some of these ETH assets for sure. I think some of them are about to do some things. All right. XRP. All right. So Chainlink really needs to get back above this $20 region. Again, with a nice, we did put an engulfing candle in last week. It does look like it is going to try to break this key around 1750. And our monthly time frame here on Link, holding the monthly Kijun line here as a support. Just coming back down to back test this region after its bear market range break. Okay, I still think we're going to see lots of upside in these markets, guys. Don't kid yourself. A lot of these alts are still pretty beat up. A lot of them had nice pullbacks. XRP is just kind of consolidating here on the monthly time frame. It's just sideways, guys. I mean, like this on the monthly here is dipping into the bullish control zone on the monthly. The weekly here does look okay, like it might try to start to get a push up. We'll see if that actually plays out. XRP is in one of the biggest patterns on the board for crypto right now, okay? And yes, it is definitely respecting the demand line here. And if we are going to see some positive price action in this market, we could see eventually XRP break out of this pennant. It might happen sometime in July or August here. It just depends on when the action comes and when the dollar really starts to make its movement down. And Solana trying to push here. We do have an hourly stochastic cross up, a 2-hour, a 3-hour, and a 4-hour. So I would think that over the course of the next few hours here, we could see Solana really try to push. We'll see if this does go through here. I mean, the 15-minute on Tether was getting rejected. The weekly candle did close a bearish engulfing candle below a key region. I would like to see some follow through on this movement down here this week. That would be very, very key to see. And a break of this 4% region would probably send this market to new all-time highs. All right. And that is very, 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 very important to see for further upside in this market. In the monthly time frame, we have a monthly bullish engulfing candle that's still active. We would like to see Tether close below 3.97% here in the coming days. That would be extremely bullish for risk assets and extremely bullish for all the crypto market right now, for sure. All right. If we don't get a close below, well, we're looking at more consolidation, maybe more sideways, maybe more retracements, right? Those are all the things you need to, kind of consider. And, our quarterly candle here right now is looking like a rejection candle. We would like to see again over the course of the next month here, a follow through on this rejection to really, send Tether down to new lows. That is what's really going to catalyze and show us that this bull market is still in play. And we're going to see lots of upside in this market, right? So these are some of the things that you need to pay attention to if you're a long-term investor, even if you're swing trading or day trading or scalp trading. Really, any of the strategies here are applicable to understanding what's happening on the Tether chart, okay? And it's just really a fundamental thing, right? And I can't stress it enough. I look at this all the time. Hey, is this asset going to rip? Man, what's Tether doing? Hey, is this asset going to dump? Hey, what's Tether doing? Always, always, always watch the dollar. All these assets are paired against the dollar. Remember that, guys. And if you want to be looking at an asset in terms of, Bitcoin value, right? You want to be paying attention to, the chart versus Bitcoin. We just looked at ETH Bitcoin. It looks like Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin. Now, that might just be maybe not versus the dollar per se, but versus, it's pairing, right? So like you could accumulate more Bitcoin right now if you roll, not financial advice, if you roll your Bitcoin for Ethereum at this ratio, right? And like in maybe 6 months, the ETH Bitcoin ratio is up 50% or it's up 100%. Well, guess what? You could roll back your ETH to Bitcoin and you've now doubled your Bitcoin position, right? That's the whole point of trading the ratios. If you are a long-term holder and believer in Bitcoin and Ethereum and you don't want to be, going back into cash, that is the strategy, guys. That is the strategy for long-term accumulation, right? So yeah, we have 20 people on the stream tonight. Wow, this is a big audience. Appreciate all you guys tuning in tonight. And man, it must be some folks on Twitter and some folks elsewhere that I did stream this to. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Any particular assets you guys want to look at that you guys think are going to make big runs? I was looking at GLQ, man. This one is man, look what this thing's doing on the monthly time frame here. Yes, it is extremely overbought on the monthly, but the weekly got a reset, and this thing looks like it's setting up for another move. You got a nice push here the other day, and you got a nice pullback here. All right, but this could be setting up for higher prices. This chart is telling you some things. All right, there's Solana at 164. Our trade is in a nice profit here. I will show you guys. I am trading on Jupiter. We're up $160 on this trade, $180 on this trade, $185 on this trade. All right, so there you go. Live trade results here. Pepe, yeah, Pepe. Nice. We'll take a look at Pepe. Ponky, new all-time highs. Nice, man. Yeah, you told me about that. We've looked at that chart. Pepe is at also new all-time highs. It's in price discovery. You guys always want to be careful when an asset does go into price discovery. You are diverging here on the daily chart. Just be aware of that. But you typically, build bearish divergence when you make new all-time highs. So, but cautionary thing, we're in price discovery. We've just started this run for a lot of these alts, but I mean, Pepe's gone on quite a run, right? And targets for Pepe, your next real fib target here is the 1618, which is this 194 or whatever that is. About another 30% movement. We could easily see something like that happen. So yeah, Kava. We'll look at Ponky. Ponky. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to chart on this, dude. It's like you broke your massive rising wedge to the upside. And in terms of where's this asset going longer term, we can just use Fibonacci. That's really all we have to go by, guys. I mean, there's not really much to talk about here. You're above the 1272 major. Your next fib extension here is 80 cents. If you break 80 cents, the golden mean ratio is $1.50. That's almost a 3x from here. Okay. At some point, you are going to see, a retest of this rising wedge, and that could catalyze you to go higher, when you become completely overbought and, you get a reset. Okay. That's something that you want to be paying attention to. We'll look at Kava. Sure. Not the best performer. I actually cut this trade around break even or maybe a little bit down because there's other assets that are obviously outperforming this. But yes, it is at a range low. You have what we look like here as a potential triple bottom. Maybe a descending type of triangle setup here if this does resolve itself out of here. All right, so that is looking maybe decent for a longer term swing trade opportunity. It's low risk down here. You got a weekly stochastic cross up. This could take some time to play out, right? This is still, I think, a $800 million market cap. It is a longer term type of play. It is a layer one. And yeah, you did break and now you did back test, right? So that is something to pay attention to. Low risk down here. Low risk down here on that asset for sure. No doubt about it. A poo. Opening, not a good weekly candle. I would say that that is a doji potential reversal candle on this asset. I say potential because it could just start ripping out of nowhere too. I mean, there's not really that much data. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a good candle to see. It's tough to do TA on something like this, man, but maybe there's more data on Deck Screener with this thing. It's the one, I assume it's the one on, oh, it's the one on ETH. Okay, so maybe the TradingView one is wrong. I don't know which one they're giving me a chart on there. But yeah, so I remember, pointing out this daily doji. This was a reversal. We've ensued a reversal on this. We've sort of come back down to, look here. So what I'm seeing here is you're obviously at a horizontal level here. It's, like I said, it's kind of tough to chart these with not a lot of data. Yeah, doji candle. I mean, you're still like holding this range, I would say, on the weekly time frame. The daily, you got a nice engulfing, not quite engulfing, but it looks like it's going to try to push back up. All right, you're kind of confined between this range here. You did get, like I said, you did get a bounce off this range low. Where you want to kind of look at some oscillators and see what's happening here. There's not enough data for a weekly time frame. The 3-day RSI is sitting bullish on the 3-day. Some nice wick on here on the 3-day closure. Yeah, you could pop back up into this range, given there's some buying pressure that comes into the asset. Your 12-hour here, kind of getting a reset. But if you notice, the RSI has been just trending down on the 12-hour and on the daily here. There was a bit of bearish divergence here, and now there is a bit of bullish divergence here on the daily time frame. And yes, your daily did also reset. All right, so you could be doing something like this potentially. All right, so Solana is pushing. We're up $400 on this trade, folks. Beautiful. Now, if we can just bust this trend line here, man, we're looking at probably a major move up. I'm targeting the 4-hour Kijun line, which is around 171. I believe I take profit on this. I take profit on this to, actually, I set it around 173. Because, sometimes we get these crazy wicks that come in. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. My entry is 163.55 if you're just tuning in on the Solana trade. We are on a little bit of leverage on this. I did think that this was a low risk area to take a trade off a 4-hour demand zone. And so, yeah, very nice. What else do you guys got? I did like the setup on DYDX down here. Although, not a good well, yeah, technically a weekly bullish engulfing, and we engulfed last week's candle. We are towards the bottom of a range. All right. We are getting a bit of a weekly stochastic cross up. Just ever so slight. Okay. No confirmed buy signal yet on this. Neutron was another one here with the weekly stochastic crossing up, and maybe a potential wedge setup here on this asset. It didn't make a clear break yet on this wedge. It attempted and is now holding right at the level. So, we'll see how this plays out. We are in a bit of a squeeze. Yeah, so I think this might do well as well. I mean, the 2-day here you can see is, in a definite squeeze here. We could see some consolidation on this for a bit. But that's it. There's a lot of different assets you guys could be trading or picking up down here. A lot of these assets are getting full resets. I think one of the best calls I made here on the group recently was Live Pure Token. We gave a call around $15 on this thing, and yeah, it's trading around $23 right now. I did take a little bit of a spot trade on this. It broke this this parallel channel that I had originally drawn, and it's just gone up to the top of the range here. I mean, if you guys look at the weekly time frame on this stuff, this looks like a massive cup and handle structure, right? See the cup, this is the handle, and this is probably going to break out. Look at the weekly, okay? The weekly gave you this buy signal last week already. Uniswap, yep, Uniswap looks good. We looked at that around $8. Same type of structure, right? You guys noticing a similar pattern with these? They all look like cup and handles. They all look like, probably big continuation structures. We could see eventually, Uniswap getting back up to $30 once this breaks this level. Bottoming formation, got a break of range, back test, and rally. That's what all these look like they're doing to me. So this is definitely a great time to be in these markets, right? These altcoins are set up for major movements, and you guys should be taking advantage of that. Aave looks good down here. Same type of setup, right, with the cup and handle structure. Yeah, man. API 3 is another one with the cup and handle type of structure. Arbitrum down here, not a cup and handle, but down at the bottom of its range, and obviously an ETH layer 2. Yeah, there's lots of trade setups, guys. Blur token down here, pretty oversold. Huge bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame put in last week. Bonk even looks good here going into price discovery. Okay. There's lots of different assets that look great on the charts right now, guys. Dogecoin, right? We spoke about Dogecoin. Dogecoin also looks like the cup and handle, right? The same type of structure we were just identifying. A lot of them look the same. ENS putting in a massive candle this week right up to the top of its range. Again, with the cup and handle structures, right? Like these are all continuation types of patterns, guys. All right, and you're getting that weekly cross right now on ENS. Like that looks pretty good. Filecoin down here looks pretty low risk. Hasn't really gotten any follow through just yet, but yeah, just pay attention. You're down here at the bottom of a range. FTM also putting in that cup and handle type of structure, right? Here's a cup and here's your handle. KSM also working on that as well with the bullish engulfing, right? Yeah, I mean, there's what's up, man? Once for Gary Network? Not sure what that is. Gary token? Is that what it is? Gary token. Looks like a low liquidity token, man. But you know, this could be an M shape that completed on this potentially. So you could be looking at maybe, you know, one more low, or I don't know where buyers are going to step in on this one, but yeah, I mean, you don't have any real confirmation on a weekly cross up, but you're working on it. You're working on it. Tia coin here looks decent, I would say. Right off its range low, you can see the RSI, you know, rounding out a structure here, right? And you have an RSI break, right? Very, very, very key to see on a reversal, a trend reversal. And yeah, you're just, you know, springing off these supports. And eventually what you're going to do is you're going to reverse your trend. And that's what you guys want to pay attention to. These spring back tests are really, really key. Sorry, I just keep flipping the soul here because I'm going to trade on it. But yeah, I think over the course of the next few hours, we're going to see Solana really break here. You know, 170, even up to 174, that 4-hour chart. This could be a potential wedge or a descending broadening formation. So if you're just tuned in, we're in a live trade on Solana here, guys, on the Jupiter DEX. All right. I don't know, for whatever reason, the chart's not loading, but it doesn't really matter. At least my trade is active here. And you guys can see we're in a $378 profit on this trade. So yeah, you guys should join the service. I think it's really really a no-brainer. You guys get all of my analysis, and here's the trade posted at 7:45. I said TP up to 173. The price was 163.29. All right, so you would have already been in a nice profit right off the alert there, right? Pups under 12 bucks. Yeah, pups could be a good buying opportunity down here. Pups off the range low. All right, and yes, getting a 12-hour stochastic reset down here with a potential cross up, that could be. The only thing I don't like about this, dude, is that it back tested this level as resistance now. You know, when it was ranging and it was holding the bottom of the range here, that was great to see and really easy to trade. But once it starts breaking like that and losing a level, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm skeptical to trade something like that right now. Although, man, anything can happen. Like the daily here, you can see the momentum is starting to wean off the negative momentum. And yeah, I would wait for maybe a 4-hour reset to maybe take a trade off something like this. The 4-hour is oversold or near oversold here as well. So it could be not a bad time to maybe start looking at taking a position right at this range low, because you know this asset's extremely, extremely volatile, and it could really just do something like this. It could eventually get out of here. Gary is a Web3 streaming platform. Good utility. Has what's say. Is there a token on that or something? I've never heard of it, man. Sorry. By the way, I'm running like a pretty big special right now for you guys. I'm running a 2-year subscription for the price is $50 a month, but my normal subscription for monthly is $97 a month. And well, I mean, guys, like, come on. I just showed you guys my live trade here. This is already covering like almost a full year subscription in one trade. All right. Just letting you guys know. There is plenty of opportunities in these markets. All right. Plenty of trades going on right now. So I think this GME coin is probably gonna do something here. I was looking at this. It just broke this range. Because GameStop, it actually is following like traditional GameStop stock. And I think on Friday this thing put a candle in. And the weekly is still long here. We got a back test after this breakout. And I think GameStop on Solana chain could be something. It is highly speculative, of course. But look at the 4-hour here on GameStop, what it did on Friday. We got a candle up to like 23.73. That is gonna, and look at the squeeze we got going on here. I mean, I think after you get a breakout and a back test like that, you're gonna see much higher prices on something like this. Remember, this is the narrative here for GameStop right now. What's going on, RPM? All right, man. Solana trying to push here. Very, very good for our trade. All right, we're coming up to the trend line here. Let's pay attention to Tether here a little bit, because this could be, if it doesn't break, this could be the area where we would want to take some profit if it doesn't break, right? Remember, don't get a break. We got to close the trade. If we do get a break, we can keep the trade open and watch this thing push to about 166.80 because it can happen quickly, especially with that 4-hour being so wrecked on the RSI with a nice swing up here. All right, our 3-hour just crossed a signal line and gave us a 3-hour long signal on the stochastic RSI. How much percent do you usually look for that's considered a good time to sell 100% of the asset? It's not about necessarily. It really all depends on your trading strategy. Are you long-term trading the asset? Are you trying to stay in the asset for the whole cycle? Are you just trying to swing trade it? Like, it just depends on what you're doing with the asset. Is the momentum on your side, right? Are you seeing a cross down? XAI and Maker. Yeah, let's take a look at it. All right, XAI, decent down here, right? Nice weekly bullish engulfing. At a range low, or well, it's tough to really know what the range low is on something like this. A new coin like this, it's tough to chart. But you do have enough data to see that you got a weekly stochastic cross up. Your weekly momentum wave is crossing back up. That is good to see. You could be, you put a nice bullish engulfing here. You could go sideways for a bit before eventually breaking back up. All right. I would say from a technical point of view, this looks good. Holding this range low down here. If you were just spot trading this, you could just trade this back up to the top of the range 153 and de-risk up there. And if it does break and back test it as support, you can re-enter the trade for higher prices, right? That is always the key point, guys. You can always re-enter a trade. You don't have to not profit from it. If that answers your question, Jesus, right? If you're trading a range, trade the range. If you're trading the asset for a long term, don't even worry about it for a while. Just let the thing go. So Maker is a strong project, man. Yeah, I traded that last cycle. Should do really well this cycle as well. A massive channel break and huge movement up here to its all-time high, roughly. Yeah, wow. It went up to the all-time highs recently. That is very strong. A lot of assets have not done that yet. Even Solana hasn't done that yet. Okay, that is super strong. Usually this stays in line with what the ETH Bitcoin ratio is. or the ETH ratio is. Yeah, I mean, you could be looking at a bit of a pullback here. They could be rolling this back for ETH. Okay, that is a thing to pay attention to. But yeah, watch the range here. Could be consolidating for a bit before eventually maybe breaking that. I think longer term here, on monthly time frame, you're going to see higher prices on Maker. Yeah, watch out for this. Watch out for this bearish divergence, right? So you made roughly the same high on price with a lower level of relative strength, and you're pulling back here. Just pay it. Just watch out, man. Just watch out. This could be looking at, coming down to, 2200s, 2300s eventually. Like the monthly momentum is bullish, right? But you could see that it's extended and it needs a reset. So this is not something that I would be actively wanting to take a position on up here. All right, Solana 165, looking to reclaim 165.64 level. Getting a nice push here. We're coming up to the trend line. Right now we have a breakthrough candle here on the 15-minute time frame. We are pushing on Solana, guys. We are up $721. We've captured roughly a 1% move, okay? This is pushing. This is pushing nicely. Very, very nicely here, guys, on the Solana action here. Like I said before, we printed a weekly long signal. Right. So this week we could see this. We could have actually just got a bottom entry on Solana here. I'm really debating swinging this potentially. I'm just moving my stop up and letting this trade go. All right. Yeah, the 171 region is a region. We could see this break through here in the next couple hours. Very nice structure, right off support. All right, with the 4 hours swinging up. You got a squeeze happening, right? You got the squeeze happening on this. That looks very tight. Gary is a governance token. Nice, man. Yeah, well. Sorry, if there's no chart, I can't really do anything about it. Can't really look at it. I was thinking around 800 potentially for Sol. Yeah, it could be more. Could be more. Just use some Fibonacci's, right? So like the 1272 is 670. If it reached past that, 1100, I think somewhere in this range is achievable. It's been outperforming most alts. Got to give it that. So strong asset. It's looking good on the hourly here. It's starting to swing up. We're about to cross bullish territory on the hourly chart. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good on this trade. We have a 163.55 entry, guys. Very nice. Our candles have started to go white here on the 5-minute, which means they are overbought, but that could mean that we're ending up to make a pretty big move up. We're looking at the hourly, the 2-hour, the 3-hour, the 4-hour, all look nice. We are overbought here on the 5-minute chart. Volatility is spiking. That is a breakthrough candle on the 5-minute. See if we get some continuation on this movement here, guys. We're up $808, $822 right now on this trade. And the goal is to swing this to 171, 173 area. See if we can get there. That'd be really great. I might actually change my take profit to 171. There is going to be volatility. It's not just going to do the whole move in one shot or one candle, although I've seen it happen, but it's not a common sight to see. A closure back above 165.20 is super, super good, super, super strong. And then a move to 171 would be pretty good. Hourly is volatility spiking and crossing up. This is a big swing here, guys. We have 3 and we have 4-hour divergence. This is going to produce a nice movement for our trade. Here she goes. Very nice. Look at the volume. See the volume coming in here? Very, very good. Up to you, man, but there is definitely some action with the meme coins right now. I'm eyeballing this GME coin, man. Really, I am. This looks like it's going to do something here soon. Maybe tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday when the stock market opens. So, yeah, maybe this pulls back a bit more. 4-hour looks decent too. I don't know. It's pretty good. Ink token. That's not really a meme though. Pulse chain assets look like shit right now, gotta say. But yeah, ink down here on the 15 looks okay. It's, not looking the best, dude. Not looking the best. But soon it shall rise. Soon it shall rise. Could be close to the bottom on it. Could be. It's looking good. Solana is breaking out of that structure. We are coming into overhead resistance here. We are overbought on small time frames. I'm debating what to do here. May not break this right away. What's that, man? Chili's? Yeah, Chili's a monster, dude. Chili's is certainly a monster. I think it broke out today, right? Yeah, falling wedge breakout, got a back test. Very nice structure. I think eventually you are going to see all-time highs on this to $1. See what some of these pulse chain coins are doing. I got some of these coins. I got some wrapped Bitcoin. This looks like, man, it is trying to break out. Trying to break out. We did put in a bullish engulfing candle yesterday, and we're holding the range low here right at the parabolic trend line here. This is a critical spot for Rev Bitcoin. We got a daily stochastic reset here, moving to the upside. Let's see, LUSD was another one that I was trading. This is speculative. A stable coin potential on this. Not the best weekly close, but he's still engulfing on the weekly chart. Not really a big fan of that daily candle, that it looks like a rejection candle. Yeah. But the weekly here looks good. Nice and elevated on the weekly. And the RSI is also sitting 46, so still in the buy zone. 33 with HA candles as well. Solana trying to break here. Solana trying to break here. Another coin I'm in, and there's some debate about the proxy contract on this, but I am in a swing trade on it. My entry is around 190. It did break this range and come down. It does look like, though, it is going to break back up here on the daily. Again, do your own research on stuff like this, but BVM is a Bitcoin virtual machine. They do layer 2s for Bitcoin, so this could be a narrative play. I'm in a trade on it. I'm not really too thrilled about it, or whatever about it, but it could play out. But the Solana trade here is looking great, guys. We're up almost $1,000 sitting on stream. Just saying. Here's the live trade, so you guys don't think I'm making this up, okay? $1,000. There it is. Cool. Make sure you guys smash it up, man. Smash up the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Click the notification bells. I go live every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time here with you guys, whether we're in a bull, bear market, sideways action, whatever the action, doesn't matter. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys join the Discord, become active in the channel. That'd be great. We love having new traders, new outlook, new people. I am doing this full time now, so your support is definitely keen, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the content here today. And let's see if Bitcoin can push, or Ethereum can push here. The altcoins can get some action this week, and we'll keep you guys up to date. I'll be shooting some content here tonight. Maybe posting some more trade setups for you guys in the alert service, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right. Thank you guys so much.